Okay, hey everybody, and right now I want to give a shout out to my grandchildren. That is what these videos are for. They're not for anybody else other than them. How many videos of your grandfather do you have? Provided that YouTube continues, they'll have lots. I found out yesterday, well, I found out a long time ago, but I was swore to keep secret, that I'm going to be a granddad again. So this will make 3. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Don't know if it's going to be a girl or a boy, but I have 2 grandsons right now. And to my grandchildren, I want to tell you this. This is going to be a little life lesson. Okay, so a lot of people are going to give me grief about this, but I've got an old saying. And the saying I've heard a million times before is, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it looks like a duck, it's a duck. And this is in reference to the coronavirus. What is the coronavirus? Well, let me give you a little history, sonnies. Back in about 1917 or so, we started having an epidemic, and they named it the Spanish flu. You can't name this the Wuhan or the Chinese flu, or you'll be a racist. And I don't know how that can be, because China is not a race. Neither are the Spanish. They're not a race. I think Spanish would be there's 3 races. Okay, actually, there's the sons of Ham, there's the sons of Shem, and there's the sons of Japheth. So you guys can figure that out. I want to go into this, and I want to be as thorough as I can. Back in 1918, around October, they had the biggest breakout, the most amount of deaths of the Spanish flu. And I think in America, if my numbers don't mistake it, or if I'm not mistaken, 450,000 people died in America when the population was 50 million. Okay, so now it's 350 million, and we've had, I think, 1,000 deaths. So, okay, that's walking like a duck, guys. Okay? That's walking like a duck. All right. There's some other things. And before I go into them, is it a good idea that we stop shaking hands? Yeah. It's a good idea that we're washing our hands. Yeah. It's a good idea that we're doing the steps necessary to a point. Yeah. However, closing the economy down is not one of them. That's a very dangerous thing we're doing right now. Now, I've lived on peanuts all my life. I mean, peanuts. So, closing the economy down for me isn't any big deal. It is for some other people who have money in the stock market and that kind of thing. It's very detrimental. People who have big businesses, it's very detrimental. It's wow. I've always been prepared, so I didn't need toilet paper or ammunition. And grandsons or granddaughters, you need to prepare yourself also, just like that too. As I said in other videos, a good rifle, 1,000 rounds of ammunition, food for 3 months, that kind of thing. If you're not doing that, I don't know. I've always been a person to be prepared. Boy Scout motto, So is it a good thing that we're doing all the things we do to thwart this? Yeah, of course it is, but there's things out there that are duck-like. Another thing is I hear about this malaria drug. I'm not a doctor, so, but I've heard good things about it. Okay, and a lot of people say, well, there's side effects to that drug. Well, the side effects do not include death. You know, so if you've got this hydroxychloroquine or whatever it's called, it might be worth a try. You know, why not? What's it going to do? Cure your malaria? So I don't know why that's not in the news, but that sure is walking like a duck. We got a hospital ship called the Comfort off the shores of New York. Has 1,000 beds on it, and only 20 of them are being used. In supposedly a huge number of people are infected with that. How come there's not more on that ship? That sounds like a duck to me. I can hear it quacking. So, what do I think about this? It's a horrible thing to have, yeah. Nobody's touting any of the cure. Not yet right now. I think I heard the Sorority Girls on MSNCPQR -9 say something about it the other day, but it's the only thing I've heard about it, and I've known about it for 2 months. Because I listen. I study. I got my ears to the ground. And I have more than one source for news. And I can tell a duck because it's quacking, because it walks, and because it looks like. So I don't think this is what it's all meant to be. And I think it's very duck-like in its fashion. I think truly, and I wouldn't put it past them, that this is a way to collapse the economy and blame it on one particular party so the other party can gain control. In my opinion, if this is found out to be true, those people that have lied to you to advance their agenda, they should be deported. Or let them go live down in Cuba. Their passports should be revoked. Send them up to Canada. You know, send them out to whatever, Barbados. They shouldn't be running the country, and they shouldn't be reporting to you lies. So, grandsons and or granddaughters, if it looks like a duck, if it sounds like a duck, if it walks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Now, less politics, more Honda. What we have here is the delightful Trail 90 that I've never been able to make run right. I need to look at the camera. Look at that, it's still working. Alright. And what I blame it on is the carburetor. Now, I've ordered another carburetor for this, and should get it. I ordered it from Dr. ATV, and what it is, it's a closer copy of the carburetor that's supposed to be for this motorcycle. Nothing on this is really as original as I would like it to be. The bore's not right. It's been changed. And the carburetor I have on it now is, I went through a couple different carburetors. One of them with 0 holes drilled into it. It's a block of aluminum. Trained. Don't want you to be disappointed. A block of aluminum with no holes drilled in it. It's kind of humor. It's humorous because they didn't drill any passages for it. And then I bought this carburetor that was supposed to be the great, perfect everything. It was too short, ended up having to make a little block to make it longer so the air cleaner would work. Put the air cleaner on it. It just follows plugs no matter what I do. I can raise the needle, lower the needle. But with this air cleaner on there, the original one, it just follows plugs. Black, sooty. This pipe isn't right. This is a whatever high-jet Kwansan pipe or something or other like that that was made. I made it for this bike. That's going to affect things too. We're going to get this other carburetor and see if it works, see if it doesn't. I've already ordered it. I'm going to take this battery out. This battery's been sitting in here for a year. I know it's not charged. It's a 6-volt battery. It doesn't have a lot of juice in it, a lot of fluid in it. So I'm going to fill that up, and we'll put it on a trickle charge and see if it doesn't actually hold a charge. So let me get that out, and I'll meet you in the garage by the charger. Johnny was a soda jerk no more. What he thought was H2O was H2SO4. Okay. This battery has been tipped over, and some of its contents has been spilled out. Okay, therefore, the charge of sulfuric acid that is in the water has been mixed, and some of it has been spilled out. Therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, because I don't have a bottle of acid, is I've sucked a little bit out of a good battery, out of several cells, and I'm going to top it up and what I did is I have sucked it out of the battery, and I've put it in the, there we go, I have put it in the glass, and I put it in a glass because glass, I can wash that all out, and I use a little baking soda, and I use baking soda in my deal too. When I get done, wash it all out, and that way it preserves it. It doesn't rot that rubber if you use a little baking soda in it. Well, now that we're all good socialists, because we're going to all receive a check for, incidentally, when you charge this, I have a little deal comes out the bottom of it, and that way I can quickly get to it without taking the cover off. Don't charge it on the fuse side if you have a double battery. Now that we're all good socialists, and we're going to receive $1,200 plus $500 for each child, you know, tell me one of you who is not going to take that. And everybody's quiet now. So yes, if you don't make over $150,000 a year between the two of you, or $199 or whatever that is, you're going to get $1,200 a piece. If you're a couple, $1,200 singly. There's some other programs they've got now that we're all good socialists. You might as well take advantage of them, because the money is out there, and you might as well get it. You know, that's all I can tell you about that. You know, I mean, it's morally not right, in my opinion. But then again, it's our taxes. And so I'm on this great divide over that. I don't think it should have happened to begin with. They shouldn't have closed things down like this. They should have taken those that are sick and quarantined them. Those that are not and don't have symptoms, well, you can have the disease and not have symptoms. Really, you can have any virus and not show symptoms. Not just this, any virus. I know that. I knew that in the 4th grade. It's a duck. I'm telling you, it's a duck. It's a duck. Quack, quack, quack. So there's a lot of deals. If you're a small business, you can get an SBA loan at 3.75. That's just a signature loan. It's for those people that can't normally afford loans through a bank. And then there's also there's a paycheck protection plan. Get online, figure out that too, because you get 2.5 times your monthly salary twice. If you're a small business or you work for a small business, they can, as long as they keep you on, you can get paid for another couple of months. There's a lot of incentives out there, loans and stuff like that. I'm going to take advantage of them, try to anyways. Am I going to pay them back? Absolutely. Absolutely. However, there's also a part of the loan that's a streamlined deal where you're supposed to get $10,000 within days. That's forgivable. So it's like free $10,000. Buy silver. Buy gold. You can't now anyways. Well, you can if you can find it. It's about $6 or $7 over spot, which is probably 3 times what it normally is over spot. You know, so usually it's $1.50 or so over spot if you buy, you know, $1,000 worth or something like that. And now it's $7 over if you can find it. Oh Lord, the world we live in. Okay, well, I'm gonna put that on a slow charge, a slow boat to China, and we will. I don't know, man. Boy, after he gets elected again, and he will. I hope that he finds the cause of this and goes on the offensive. And if the cause truly is the Wuhan flu, and it developed in Wuhan, China, because they eat bats and stuff like that, you know, at the wet market, you know, you ought to charge him a couple $1 trillion for it. Oh, we don't have a couple $1 trillion. And then he just goes like this. All our debts are dismissed. So, nothing will be sold from China anymore. All their markets and stuff would close. No one, the country would go into a spire, and trying to find shoes that look like new Lexuses will be impossible. So the next thing to stock up on after toilet paper would be Chinese tennis shoes, because there won't be any more. I don't know. Okay, this is part 1. I'm going to get this on the net, and when I get my carburetor, I'll let you know.